Hey everyone, this is big Ninjago news. Now, again, I would question, information like this, especially, the person writing it. He's, he kind of had some errors in his typing. He could have been typing fast. But, again, these are the real set names. At least, usually when set names like this come out, we've had the set names out for a while. The summer wave set names, usually when names come out like that, usually they're real. And apparently, the preliminary, unofficial images have been seen by some people. And I am believing this because I have actually ran across some of the pictures of, the cover top photo. It is Cole. So they're very blurry, but it doesn't look fake. I mean, you can tell usually when stuff doesn't look real. This one looks real for sure. Now, of course, I'm not for sure, but I mean, it looks real, guys. So I'm just gonna read off. I mean, this is a rumor, by the way. I'm also believing this a bit because this is a rumor that we have already had a while back, or at least not a while back, but a little while back, about a villain return season. Well, this is just getting more in depth here of what seems like it may be happening. A villain return season. Return of the villains. So, yeah. I just have a picture here. There's three main different types of villains. The Ninjroids, Stone Warriors, Master Chen, and there's more on what descriptions of these, what person has seen from these. So I'm going to read them to you guys. Here we go. Again, you can go see his page or whatever it is. I don't know much about the Eurobricks page, but this is the one who posted it. He says, "Hi guys, I am new in this community, but I was a long anonymous reader for a long time. I have just seen the preliminary images from the 2016 catalog of Ninjago. The wave is Cole. The wave is Cole centered, and the sets can be divided into two great groups: the ones that are continuation of the Skybound theme, and the ones centered in Rise of the Villains." That's what he's calling it right now. Rise of the Villains, Return of the Villains, whatever you want to call it. The Skybound ones. So he says they almost look like they're directly based off Skybound. Some of the stuff that happens in this coming season and some of the figures. So it looks like we're going to get a few more Skybound sets, based off Skybound. So we're going to get Cryptarium Escape, as they did in episode 57. It says he says almost 100%, accurate to what happened. So I guess, but it says it includes Nia, he thinks, the commissioner, or not the commissioner, it's actually the guy who works there, the guard, the main guard guy that's actually that's what I think he's meaning. A prison guard, the prison guard, Zane, Captain Soto, and Stone Warrior in prison clothes. So yeah, I've actually seen this picture, of the figures. It's very, very blurry, but I've seen the picture, and they are in prison clothes. But we're gonna get a figure of Captain Soto. We're gonna get a figure of the big Stone Warrior. So I'm very cool about that. Then we get Lloyd's dragon, and he says pretty slender green dragon with fabric wings. He says it includes Lloyd, Doubloon, which is the the Two-Face guy, Bucko, and Siren, which is that female pirate. So so another Skybound set sounds pretty interesting. And Watchtower Defense. He says basically a pretty nice Watchtower temple build. It includes Zane in some different outfit. He said described it like a pirate type of outfit. Nauticon, Clance, which is the new Serpentine pirate guy, Monkey Wrench, and Flintlock. So it's a very good figure variation there in that set, it sounds like, but it may be a big one. Now this is based. That was for the wave. I'm just reading the waves, but here is to the villain thing, villain returning thing. So he says the rest of the sets are Rise of the Villains centered. He's just calling it that right now. Don't actually know the name, I don't think, but Return of the Villains, whatever. He says in the corner, in the cover of the catalog, were Sensei Yang. So it sounds like we may be getting a Sensei Yang minifigure. Ghost Tail version of, Sensei Yang's a ghost, so I don't know. Master Chen, identical as previous version, as he's saying there. So, again, these are preliminary photos, guys. So he's reading this based on what he's seeing. So, it could be, he may say identical as previous version. It may also be a different version of him. Different printing, maybe, different pieces, who knows. I'm just reading what he's saying, but these, again, he's seeing preliminary, so they're not official pictures yet. But Master Chen, Cryptor, General Cryptor. He is the Nindroid General for the Nindroids from Ninjago Rebooted. So that is huge. You know, he got blown up. So, I mean, how will this all work out? You know, a lot of these are actually very confusing on how they'll come back. Kozu, General Kozu. Last time we saw him was episode 26, which was the episode with the final battle, Rise of the Spinjitzu Master. Yes, he was the general of the Stone Warriors in the last episodes of Ninjago Season 2, and that was way back in 2012. So it would be very cool to see him come back. You know, he's a very cool character, and it's very cool to get his figure again, considering his figure is now in a retired set. So, it'd be cool to get his figure again. Pythor, he says white robes, similar to rebooted version. So, it could be a version now similar to his normal self, and he had it rebooted. So, seems like we may get another Pythor minifigure. There were no normal new villain soldiers, so there were no completely new villains at all. So, you may sound depressed, but yet again, this sounds amazing. Honestly, to me, it sounds really, really cool. All these villains returning, but there were no new villain soldiers. The minions are the Skulkin, or, you can call them skeletons too. The show calls them skeletons. The Skeleton Army, the Nindroids, the Anachondri, and the Stone Warriors, as we have seen them. So, of course, they get the Anachondri because the Serpentine are not really bad anymore. So, the Serpentine are still around. They're not bad anymore, though. They kind of turned good, So, they went to the only bad snakes they've really had, and that is the Anachondri with Master Chen. And Stone Warriors. So, Stone Warriors and Nindroids. So, the Overlord's armies are coming back. So, very wondering about that, We haven't heard anything about the Overlord yet, but... maybe he'll just have an appearance in the show, since we haven't heard anything about a figure or anything like that. But maybe he'll be since the Overlords have many weird forms, maybe he'll have him in like a spirit type of form or something again. He's had lots of different odd forms, so who knows. But if all these villains are coming back, I could see him coming back too. I don't see why they wouldn't bring him back. As well as some other characters too. I'm sure there'll be others not included in the sets. The sets are, he says, the Titanium Ninja Tumbler. So it'll be like a road vehicle for Zane. He says basically a white tumbler for Zane. He says it includes Zane and 2 Nindroids. So 2 Nindroids and Zane. It's like the most perfect sounding set for Zane to have with Zane and all that stuff together in the set. Cole's Earth Rotor or something like that he's calling it. He says it includes Cole. I think this way of a purple ninja and 2 Stone Warriors. I don't know what this purple ninja thing is about. We have little Nelson character from episode 55, and he was just a kid. So I don't know how that would work out, even if it was really going to happen. So again, these are preliminary, so I don't exactly know what he's seeing, but who knows what that can all be. But I'm not going to focus on that right now. I'm not going to worry about that right now. But 2 Stone Warriors. So Stone Warriors are coming back too. Ronin mech. A mech for Ronin with the cockpit of a TIE fighter. So it must be like a build thing like Star Wars stuff. That's what he says. And a mini Skulkin mech. So a mini skeleton mech. So skeletons are coming back as well. And they're going to have little mechs and stuff. And vehicles apparently. That's what he's saying. Includes Ronin with a hair version. So Ronin in his Ronin mech set, he has his hat and all that. You can get his hair, buy his hair if you want to, and have his hair like I have done. But it sounds like you may get a version of him with his hair. So I don't know how that's gonna play out. That's what he says again. And he says Nia or Kai. So probably Nia with that darker red, or Kai. So it's confusing. And 2 skeletons. So that's what he says for the Ronin mech set. Sonic Radar 2.0. I think he means Sonic Raider, because 2.0, that's the second Sonic Raider. So it sounds like they may be upgrading the Ultrasonic Raider, which we last saw in I think season 2. So we haven't seen that in a while either. I didn't see too much about this one because I didn't like it that much, but I can say it's quite similar to the previous version. So you're going to get another version of the Ultrasonic Raider, apparently, and it includes 2 or 3 Ninja Chen and 2 Anachondri Warriors. So that set is Set versus Anacondri Warriors and Master Chen. So we're back to the tournament times. You know, Samurai X Cave, the biggest of the wave and probably the must-have set. It includes the blue and green ninja, so Jay and Lloyd. So Sensei Yang, Cryptor, Pythor, Kozu, and Stone Warrior. That sounds like a big set. Very, very big set. With that amount of figures just for the villains. So, that is all he has really said. He says there was no Airjitsu Temple grounds, but it can be an exclusive not included in the catalog. And he says, and I think that's all. Remember that those are the preliminary images and that they can change before the official release. Also, I saw little images from a catalog with a big watermark, so it can be mistakes. As I said, and I said throughout the video too, these are not going to be perfect on what he's saying. You know, things could change, but you got the main idea of what I just told you guys. So, and I'm only making the video and believing this is because I have actually come across some of the preliminary photos, not the actual set really itself. That's why I'm not making a big deal of it yet. I mean, I can't make a video with those pictures anyways, but, it does include Cole, and his face is kind of half looks like half ghostish, half normal face. So maybe he'll, you know, be able to swap forms that season. Maybe it was in season 7, not 6. But I still think that's going to happen now. But yeah, it looks like Cole will get a focus, and I did see the photos. It will be Cole. This photo, it doesn't look fake. I mean, it's preliminary, but you know, the top image, it looks like it's actually going to be happening. So Cole will get a focus finally. But altogether, and I did see some of the figures and sets, you know, they had the preliminary on it, so, but they were kind of cropped photos, you know, just parts of it. So, you know, they used the Cryptarium Escape set, so that's about all I saw. I didn't see much, but I believe it now because I have seen some images leak online of parts of the set images. So that's the reason why I actually got this video made for you guys, because the preliminary photos are obviously out there. So yeah, so it seems like it may be Return of the Villains, guys. This may be huge. I mean, this is awesome. I think it's awesome. I mean, it's a great way to collect older types of characters and villains, you know, since, you know, there's so many retired sets now, you know, from the past and Ninjago, you know, like the pilot episodes and the skeletons, you know, those sets are long gone now. I mean, they're way out in the past. So, I mean, if we're going to get more skeletons, it's very cool to get those. Some Stone Warriors, those are also sets that are becoming, or are basically all retired now, actually, yeah. They're no longer made or sold. You know, you could still buy them online, but they may be more expensive. But, you know, they're no longer made or sold in stores or anything like that. So you could get Stone Warriors again. It's very cool. General Kozu's a very good figure. I have his figure. It's a great figure. The Ninjroids, you know, you may want to. It's a good way to get Ninjroids too, because some of the rebooted sets are starting to go away now, guys. You know, it's all tournament and ghost stuff now, and soon it's going to be Skybound. So the rebooted sets are mainly, I think, gone. I haven't seen rebooted sets in the stores a lot, like, in a long time. You know, if they're sold anywhere, get them, because rebooted sets seem to be going away now. You know, the Battle for Ninjago City might be out there a little while longer. The bigger sets usually stay a little bit longer. But, yeah, the rebooted sets are starting to go away now, you know, because they just move on, you know, they make the new sets. So, but it's a great way to get new villains, new figures, or the, you know, figures of the older villains. You know, it's a good way to collect some of those finally. So, you know, I think that might be part of their reason doing this, you know, or not just part of it. You know, it's a good way to do that, to collect old characters and old villains. So, what do you guys think about this? This next season, it sounds like. Do you guys really think it's going to be Villain Return? I think it will be. I think it's a great chance now. And what do you guys exactly think is going to be happening with Cole next season? So, lots of big mysteries, but what do you guys think?